Good morning, all you rock stars. Coming at you today with the great little live session from Yancy in the backyard. I call it the PT session. That's what we call it in the military, PT, physical training. Listen, folks, this one is for all levels of fitness. Bring the family out for this one. All you need is your beautiful body and a weight. I have a bag of grocery bag of cans here. I have a little mini slosh pipe, a water jug. I have my rock. You can use a kettlebell, a dumbbell, a slam ball. You can use your ram, just about anything. The slosh pipe here and the rock are two great tools just to show you that there really are no excuses. You can always find a weight. My rock is about 25 pounds. But again, we're going to light up the planet this morning, everybody. 20 to 25, 30 minutes, somewhere in that range. On purpose, I want to keep this somewhat informal, okay? We're not going to be really scientific. I just want to show you that with a little bit of creativity, a little bit of science, we can always get a great workout in. We're going to start with a little warm-up here with inchworms. Okay, we're going to let those hamstrings open up here. If you can, get all the way to the floor with straight legs. If you need to bend those knees, that's fine. We're going to walk out. As long as you don't have any lower back issues, we're going to let the hips dip, get into a good cobra here. And then we're going to try to tippy-toe all the way back up to our hands. Okay, one more of those. I'm going to see how we're looking here. Okay. One more inchworm here. Again, let those hamstrings open up. The hamstrings get tight as we start getting older, especially you guys. The hamstring flexibility is extremely important. I'm not going to get scientific, like I said, and real formal with rep count today. We're going to get 4 of these, though. Again, as long as you don't have any lower back issues, let those hips dip. 5 of these in the morning, right when you get out of bed. Great medicine, folks. Fitness is great mental and physical medicine. Most of you know that. If you don't know that, you're going to know it at the end of this workout. 5 inchworms every day. We're going to stop at 4, though. Some of you are just now joining in. All right. We're going to go through that about 5 minutes of warm-up because I know some of you are just now trickling in. Okay, we're going to go to a static squat. For some of these today, I'll use a bucket. So for a static squat, we're just going to come down and let those hips open up. Just kind of shift back and forth a little bit. Let me show you a trick on squats. A lot of people will go into valgus. They'll let their knees come in. I like to teach it like this. Feet are just slightly wider than shoulder width. We're going to kick those toes out just a little bit, and our hands are going to track down. You see how we go out this way? If we were to go valgus, look what happens to those hands. Those hands just track out like that. A good thing to do when you're first starting out to really work on your squat mechanics is just to do bucket squats or box squats and just sit down into it. So your static squat would look just like this, okay? But for me, we're going to get down in that squat. A lot of you right now cannot get into a good functional squat and just hold it for a long period of time. In the perfect world, I would want every one of you to be able to jump on, say, a Zoom call with me, and we talk for 10 minutes in a static squat. A good functional squat done properly. We're going to stack my spine, nice neutral spine. We're not going to round. We got the spine stacked. That means when I say neutral spine, or the vertebrae are stacked, okay? When you start to load it with weight on the shoulders, when you have those vertebrae stacked, that's what we want. Okay, from here we're also going to come down. We're going to press those knees out a little bit. Get into those adductors just a tad. For everybody just joining in, I said when we started out, all levels of fitness for this one. If you're just now jumping in, perfectly okay. We're not going to keep track of reps. We're just going to go for a bit. You're going to do the amount of reps that work for you, the pace that works for you. During the time we're doing a certain exercise, I might do 30, 40 reps. You might get 15, or you may get twice as many from me. We may have somebody like Ryan Atkins or Robert Killian tuning in. They'll be like, Yancy's going a little too slow for me. as fast as you want to go. Okay, I call this one my Dave Scott. I say Dave Scott. Dave is a 5-time Ironman champion. He won 5 in a row, I believe. I went to one of his triathlon camps, and he taught me this one for hip stability. So we're just going to call it the Dave Scott. When you're done, you can look up Dave. Okay, a little bend in the right leg. We're going to come right here. It's basically like if you were doing single leg RDLs, that's what it looks like. But it's static. I want you to focus your vision one spot on the ground. Really focus on that balance. If it's too easy, I want you to close your eyes. The moment you close those eyes, you're going to feel the ankle really start to fire. It's firing right now, I promise. Okay, now I want you to fire that leg up and down a few times here. Just stay with me. Again, no need to really count the reps today. Okay, I'm going to show you from the side what we're going to do next. Woo, just going to light you up here. We're going to come out, hold this if you can. If you need to drop that leg, that's fine. Then we're going to fire it up. Oh, yeah. Getting into the abductors here. Woo, the TFL. Beautiful. Okay, we'll switch sides here. Now we're on our left leg. Again, a little bend in the knee, just like if you're doing that single leg RDL. Good. The hips, folks, the hips are very important. You got to take good care of the hips. I know a lot of you watching are in OCR, so you're into running. If you're into OCR, we want to really take care of the hips. The hips, again from the front, so you can see this side lift. The hips are kind of the nucleus. A lot of common running injuries happen because of hip imbalances. Remember, the bones do exactly what the muscles tell them to do. So an imbalance, good. So an imbalance in a hip flexor or a hamstring, it's going to tweak those bones just a little bit. You might have just a little bit of hitch in the giddy up. Well, over time, let's say you're running 50, 60, 70 miles a week, or even 15 miles a week, that's going to cause running injuries because of a problem that's right here, maybe in a hip flexor or hamstring or something. So you may have ankle pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, but it's all because of this. So everything we do today, I want us to focus on good body symmetry. We want to split that body right down the center. And in the perfect world, the left side of your body moves through exercise exactly as the right side moves. So if we're doing a stretch or an exercise and one side feels a little different, that's probably because we have an imbalance. Remember, the bones do exactly what the muscles tell them to do. A little tight hip flexor can cause all kinds of problems. Okay, shoulder circles, just big shoulder circles with our palms down. So when I say symmetry, I'm going to stand nice and square. I'm like robotic right now. Yancy's trying to go into cyborg mode. Okay, palms up. Good symmetry. I have a wonderful opportunity to coach a lot of middle school and high school athletes. So I spent a lot of time working on their symmetry. I coached I own a fitness business, yancycamp.com, and I coached large group fitness for a long time. 60, 70, 80 people coming to work out. It's just me, so I got to get loud. I got to get energetic. So I'm just getting cranked up, folks. I'm going to try to keep it toned down a little bit because when I really get going, we get live in here. Okay, elbow butterflies. I'll give you some big energy. We're also going to talk mental conditioning throughout the whole workout with my Yancy Camp program, and I think this is important for all you coaches and trainers out there. So for this one, I want you to fan those elbows way back and touch. The mental conditioning needs to be 51% or more. Chin down, 49%. 51% or more mental conditioning. Everything is better when the mind is right. The mind feels good. Okay, plank with hip opener. Okay, we're going to start with a push-up plank here. We're just going to open that hip. Your mobility may be right here, wherever it is. In the perfect world, I want you to be able to get the toe up past that hand. You're getting in deep into this hip flexor on the right side. We're getting into the hamstring here. Okay, from the other side, show you how it looks. Good. Getting a little bit of Achilles, posterior stretch in this leg down here. Okay, we'll switch that up. Again, whatever mobility works for you today. If that's here, that's just fine. You are perfect just the way you are today. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I love you just the way you are today. Hey, because you're tuning in here, we're going to talk about it a little bit, but you are now in my network, and I want to be in your network. I want you posting comments, and I will come back. This is my promise to you. I will come back and answer your questions. Post your comments and your questions. I'll do my best to come back and answer every single one today. Okay, making it a little harder, we're going to come down to an elbow plank, and we're going to do that same hip opener. Again, you may be here. If you can, though, I want you in here with both those elbows on the ground. I'm just going to hold that for a bit. Again, here, perfectly okay. This is what I do for a living. I should be, as the Supple Leopard book talks about, I should be nice and I should have supple joints that move well. At 48 years old, though, I got to keep moving. Okay, right now, my right side feels a little tighter. So I'm taking note of that. After the workout, I'm going to spend a little more time on the right side. It's harder for me to get my right elbow to the ground right now. A little harder than it was when I was over here. Okay. Full plank hip openers and an elbow plank hip openers. Okay, now we're going to go into an alternating lunge. This right knee's going to touch, and we're going to reach off. We're going to reach off to the left. I'm getting deep in that hip flexor. Right here, a little bit of a stretch. As we reach, we're going to push this hip open. With the left hand, we're pushing open. We're also getting into that lat muscle, latissimus dorsi. We'll switch that up. And we're going to reach. Pushing open. Oh, I messed it up. Here we go. There we go. So push this hip open. Now we're getting deep in that left hip flexor. As we reach here, now we're opening up that left lat. It's an alternating reverse lunge with a reach. Okay. Forward crawl. The animal movements. Really good for this overall health here. Overall joint health. Good for balance and coordination. We're going to create a flat back here. Okay, nice little tabletop back. I want you to pretend you got your mom's finest china sitting on the back. And we don't want it to fall off. We're not racing here, just nice, fluid movements. Okay, now we're going back with that same flat back. We are officially into the workout now, folks. You're going to get a lot of balance, coordination, a lot of strength training, a little bit of, some of the movements may feel like, man, that felt a little bit like a yoga move. You're going to be lit up tomorrow. Now I just want you to sit back into that squat. Push that back. Sit back into that bear crawl. Open those hips up. One more time forward. I asked Anthony Yepes, Director of Social, like, how long do you want me to go? He's like, I know you, Yancy. You just roll, man. However long you want to go. Okay. Supposed to be about 25, 30 minutes. We'll see. Okay, squats. With or without a weight. I'm going to grab my rock. All right. You can go from the front rack. Actually, we're going to go with the front rack here. Okay? We're going to squat down. Okay? As I said in that warm-up, if you feel like your squat mechanics are a little shaky, you can use your bucket for those squats. Okay, we'll talk a little mental conditioning as we just go. We're not counting the reps. We're just working for a bit. First off, all day long today, I want you to live, love, laugh, and serve big today. And I'm highlighting serve. What can you do to serve today? Hey, I know a lot of us are cooped up inside, but there's still so much we can do. With this phone, for example, 20, 30 years ago, this would have been this quarantine would have been a lot rougher because we wouldn't have had the ability to easily communicate with each other. I was using the bucket the whole time. Why didn't you guys say something? I bet somebody did say something in the comments. If we can, I want you to get that hip crease at or below the knee. Notice how my spine is still stacked. Okay, now we're going to go to an overhead press. we're setting up for thrusters. We got our squat, and then we got our press, and we're going to move on to thrusters. The squat by itself and the press by itself would be auxiliary movements to a thruster. The thruster is going to tie the squat and the overhead press together. Okay. If you have all you have the can goods, trust me, I've got about 10 pounds here. It'll get heavy real quick. Whatever you have. Maybe you have a kettlebell. You guys just keep moving. I'm just demoing a few different pieces of equipment here. I've got my slam ball, like you guys see in the Spartan stadium races. On purpose, as I said, for anybody that's just tuning in, we are not counting reps. We're just going for a while. I've picked a bunch of safe movements today. If one exercise, we get a few more reps than the other. That is perfectly okay. Okay, so live, love, laugh, and serve big. Now we're going to go into thrusters. Okay, something I said on a couple podcasts recently. There are times in life when we have reasons for concern. Well, it's pretty much not debatable. Once something concerning comes into our life, everybody's going to either perform or panic. Maybe a little bit of in between. But I'm encouraging all of you to go to perform mode. What can you do from your home if you're stuck at home to be a better performer during COVID-19? I want you to notice my knees here as I squat down. See the tracking of the knees? And I press. If we can, really work on that external mobility. We're going to get the ears, the elbows back behind the ears. A couple more reps. I also want to give a big shout out to all the, some of us are stuck at home, relying on Zoom, relying on our phones, our laptops. Some fields, some industries are working twice as hard, 3 times as hard. They're living at work. Medical field. The people I know in manufacturing, working overtime, trying to keep up with certain things. So big shout out to everybody, whatever group you're in, but especially those people that are not stuck at home, that are working their butts off right now. Thank you so much for keeping this wonderful planet spinning on its axis. Okay, thrusters. Now we're going to move on to Burpee Pops. It's kind of some auxiliary. It's an auxiliary movement to the burpee. So from here we have our plank. We're going to pop up here and then back. About 8 to 12 inches of travel. Hike it up and then back. I don't want you dipping at the hips. I want you stopping right here in your plank. Bam, pop that back. Okay. Most of us are stuck at home during the quarantine. I want you to love on your family. I want you to love. The moment you're done with this workout, I want you to give your kids, your wife, your husband, your significant other, whoever it is, I want you to love on them. I want you to hug them a little tighter. Those few people that you can love on them. I'm a localizing extrovert. Matthew McConaughey calls it localizing. The shoulders are starting to burn, aren't they? I love hanging around people. I love touching people, hugging people, high-fiving people, fist bumping people. The only people I can do that with right now are my kids. So I'm doing a lot of that. Let's get 5 more. Let's do a lot of that, loving those kids. I'm doing the 20-foot away air high fives and fist bumps and hugs when I go to the grocery store. 3 more. Oh, I'm starting to sweat. The nose faucet just turned on. Okay, those are Burpee Pops. Elbow plank with side-to-side roll. We're going to be right in here. Really hit. Now the core is fired up. The shoulders are fired up also. We're going to roll to the right and touch. We're going to roll to the left and touch. We're just going to keep that going for a while. Okay, my wife and I were thinking about the other day. Think about somebody that's involved in an abusive relationship, how bad that could be right now. Listen, if you know somebody that might be in that situation, I want you to reach out to them and check in on them. If you're the person that's involved in that, please feel free to reach out. Is there anything I can do to help? Elbow plank, side to side hip rolls. Those will hit you hard. Woo, I am lit up now. But seriously, if you're involved, we're going to do a little mental conditioning break here. If you're involved in a relationship like that, you need somebody to reach out to. reach out to me. I'll help send you to some qualified people that can help. I'm certified in nothing when it comes to that kind of stuff, but I love trying to serve and love on others. Okay, alternating V-ups. Oh yes, you got the abs, the core's lit up now. We're gonna keep moving here. Again, not counting reps. You get as many reps in as you can get in while I'm moving here. We're gonna go right to left. Go back. I want you reaching way back there. Open the abs up, getting the lats. Reach back as far as you can. Left to right. All right, couple things as we continue to get through COVID-19, this crazy challenge. Here's the challenge. I do not want you to let your feet hit the floor in the morning until you are ready to dominate the day. And yes, you can still dominate the day from your home. A lot of things that I'm going to talk about throughout the rest of the workout, okay, again, reach way back there, are going to help you dominate your day. I have the wonderful opportunity to do motivational speaking. So when I do my group workouts, I always try to work in mental conditioning. All my clients know, yancycamp.com, my in-person, face-to-face clients, and my online clients know that no matter what, mental conditioning for me is 51% important or more. 49% from the chin down. Guess what? The chin down will benefit greatly when the mind is right. So don't let your feet hit the floor in the morning until you're ready to dominate the day. Okay, we're going to talk about the 3 platforms. I give this one a lot to my high school and middle school athletes, so moms and dads that are listening and have kids. If they're not doing the workout here, I want you to fast forward to this point. Let them watch the whole thing. But I want them to hear this piece. It's important for all of us though. Now we're doing ground to overhead. Okay? Some auxiliary work. This is a great full body work. We're building up to weighted burpees, trust me. So before I get into the platform talk, I'm going to show you the ground to overhead mechanics. So from here, the weight is touching the ground. We're just going to go here. The weight stays nice and close to our body. A little bit of some of the same mechanics we would use in a snatch or a clean. Okay, for your whatever weight you're using, it might be too heavy for you to go straight to overhead. You're going to be here and you go a little bit of a push press if you need to. Whatever you need to do with good mechanics, notice how my spine is staying stacked. I'm not rounding at the back. Here's the nice stacked spine, okay? Ground overhead. Okay, the 3 platforms. This is pretty much not debatable. We're just going to go for a while. Ooh, this is going to get tough. All right, we have platform A over here. We got platform C over here, and platform B is right in the middle. I could talk about each platform for about an hour. I'm going to give you a few seconds on each one. Platform A, dominate the day. Wake up, positive attitude, optimistic, serving others, selfless people. Just dominating, man. Just mental rock stars. People love gravitating towards them. They just fill the room. They light up the room. That doesn't mean you have to be a big talker, but their energy, their passion for life. That's A. C, I'll sum it up real quick, just like I sum it up with my high school, middle school kids. You're a pain in the ass. Over here, C platform, I can't use my fingers. C platform, you're a pain in the ass. I could go into it and I don't mean pain in the ass mean you're questioning things. I just mean you're caustic. You're caustic. I can spend an hour, that's all you get. B, you're middle of the road. You spend some time on A, some time on C. Most time you just kind of float in the middle, and I like to call mediocrity. From the side, mediocrity. Hey, at any time if you need to take a break, again, if you can't keep up with my pace, perfectly fine. Just sit here and rest for a second. Try to rest with the weight in the air. If you can't, if you need to sit down, it's fine. If you can go faster than me, let's go faster than me. But here's the deal. We talked about getting out of bed in the morning and dominating the day. What that means is you got to decide what platform you're going to stay on. Hey, everybody watching right now, you can't debate me right now. Every one of you spend most of your time on A, B, or C. Right? You know I'm right. So you got to decide what platform you're going to be on today. Great families, great communities, great companies. A great planet comes from lots of people, the majority of people want to spend most of their time on platform A. Okay, folks? That's what we got to do. Platform A. I'm gonna check in real quick, make sure we're still rolling. Oh yeah. Platform A. I don't want you on C. Remember, C, you're a pain in the butt. If you're on B, which way you want to go? Let's go to A. Hey, another thing, the type of people, if you hang out with people that like living on A, guess what? Oh man, you're gonna be better for that. You fall off of platform A, there's 5 people reaching down and grabbing you, pulling you back up. You fall off of C, they're gonna jump off in the mud with you. That's not a real good analogy for us obstacle course players. We love the mud. They're gonna jump off in the disaster with you, in the hot mess. They'll be right there with you. You'll spend more time on C because you're hanging out with the wrong people. Okay, that was mainly for our youth. Some of you adults, you can benefit from it. Okay, ground to overhead. We're gonna go burpee with our weight. You know it's coming. I'm gonna give you about a 15-second recovery there. If you stayed with me through those, your heart rate's pretty high right now. Listen, we worked, do a little mental conditioning as we rest here. With the lift, we use the legs from the hips down. What I like about the ground overhead and the weighted burpees, we're using the arms, the back, and the biceps to pull a little bit of grip. Burpees without weight are not working grip and pull strength, the back and the biceps. We're going to move on to a burpee here in just a second. Burpee with weight. And the press, the shoulders get worked. With a regular burpee, not debatable. Back and bicep, for the most part, don't get worked. And the shoulders of the press don't get worked. When we add the weight to the burpee, we now have arguably one of the greatest functional full body strength training movements on the planet. Okay, now during the burpees, we're going to talk about 98% versus 2%. I use this one a lot with, okay, so here, we'll come down to the chest, is going to touch our rock or whatever we're using. Fire the feet up. From here, if you need to walk the feet up, that's fine. I just want you to alternate your lead step foot every rep. From here, we're going to ride in that ground overhead. If you're here and you need to push press it, that's fine. Ready to come down? That functional squat, we work into these. Notice the functional squat. Okay? All right, now we had the push up. Drive the feet up. Ground overhead. Okay, if we can, like those presses we did earlier, I want the ears in front of the elbows. Okay, really working on that external rotation here of the shoulders, that shoulder mobility here. Okay, we're just gonna go for a while. 98% versus 2%. If you're an athlete, mom or dad raising kids, you're in the workforce, 98% of your time is outside the spotlight. You're raising kids, 18 years. The 2%, what's that look like? Oh, they get to graduate high school. They get to graduate college. You've put in all this work. You've put a lot of rebar into that foundation that's curing. You know, the foundation on a home cures in a couple of days. The foundation we build with our kiddos, it cures for just about 18 years, and then they move on, okay? Let me show you some different implements. And then they move on. How much rebar are you going to shove in that foundation? Oh, it's a little lighter. I'm liking this. Okay, that's the 98%. All right, as an athlete, 98% behind the scenes, no spotlight, no cheering squad, no series race. You're on the side of the mountain or in the backyard. You're grinding in the gym to prepare for the 2%. Okay, at work, the big project that you said yes to, you're grinding with the team. Well, every now and then, you get to turn the big project in. Okay? That's 98%. Raising kids, building yourself into a better athlete, the workforce, whatever it is. You got to fall in love with the 2%. That's what you got to do. Weighted burpees. Again, whatever pace works for you. You can go faster than me or slower than me. No harm, no foul. I showed you with the rock. Oh, let's try a little 55-pound rams. The rock and the sack of canned goods, those are designed to push all excuses out of the way. So back to 98, 2%. I want you to fall in love with 98%. Let's get 5 more of those. Go back to a rock. Notice how I took my hands off that time? It allowed my hands to get in a little more of a functional position with the push-up. 3 more. 98 versus 2, folks. Flush the green. Hey, this will help you with everything that you're working on. It's not debatable. I think I have one more. There's things in life. So green zone, let's talk about green zone. Green zone, we'll give you a functional break there. Let's hurry, come down. Green zone is when everything is awesome. Life's just cruising along. You know, there's no traffic. Well, there's not no traffic right now. The kids are being awesome. You and the wife are getting along. Everything's great at work. That's the green zone. Well, things happen sometimes to put us in the yellow zone. We get a little pissed off and angry. Something happens over and over, you get radically mad. Now you're in the red zone. Your head's about to blow off your shoulders. Rock star people, champions in life are good at flushing to green. Okay, now we're gonna do 3 auxiliary movements to the burpee. Just break it down. Okay, we're gonna do some push-ups. So again, champions, successful people in life, successful athletes are great at flushing to green. Look at the pitcher. He throws a strike, the ump calls it a ball. He's in the yellow zone. Not debatable. He throws another strike, ump calls it a ball. He's in the red zone. Hey, the best pitchers can flush to green quickly. Maybe he or she walks that batter. No harm, no foul. You flush to green, you get over it. Push-ups. Okay, bent rows. Right here, bent rows. So, whatever's frustrating you in life today, I'm going to encourage you to flush to green. It's perfectly okay to go to the yellow zone, even the red zone sometimes. People that tell you they don't, they're lying to you. I'm one of the most optimistic, positive people on the planet. There's things that frustrate me. It's how fast and what methods can I develop to flush to green. Now we're going to curl to press. Okay, we're talking about your network now. Your network is so important. You got to do something every day to build and help your network thrive. People that would drop what they're doing and help you if you needed something. Again, just curl, working the old bicep muscles. We got to work them. They look good in the mirror. Everybody loves a good bicep. Shoulders are working the deltoids. Anytime we're pushing, a little anatomy lesson, we're working the chest and the triceps. Curling, working the biceps. So if we're lying down, we do a forward press. That's chest and triceps. A little bit of back support. We're overhead pressing chest and triceps. Chest, shoulders, and triceps and overhead press. If you're lying flat, pretty much straight chest and triceps. Okay, now we're going to go to seated press. I'm going to grab something to anchor my feet in a little bit here. I'm going to do a seated press. Just going to hit the abs again, because we're going to lean back into a 45-degree if you can. All right. It's kind of like an incline press. Oh, yeah. The chest, thighs, and shoulders are already lit up. Now we're supporting ourselves with our trunk, our abs. Okay, so I want you building your network. This is a great time. A good friend of mine told me that, Yancy, I want you to write down everybody that's in your network, and once a quarter minimum, best case scenario every month, I want you to reach out to them, ask them how they're doing. If there's anything you can do for them, and don't expect anything in return. It's okay to have a network. What are you doing to make that network thrive? To your advantage and their advantage. Key point, don't expect anything in return. Okay, now we're going to go to a sit-up with a press. You can do this with or without weight. Okay, we're going to go back. We're going to reach way back there, opening up the abs, the lats, the chest right here. We're going to come up. We're going to press with our arms. With the weight, right here, we're going to go back and touch. And we're going to press. I'm going to inch out a little farther. So I'm not banging the concrete back there. So I want you to reach out, serve your network. Okay, next, I want you to be a rookie at least once every day. Yancy, what does that mean? All right. Anything you're doing in life, it's easy, you're really good at it at work, just take your career for example. If you're really comfortable, you're kind of in veteran status, all right? I want you to do something to be a rookie, challenge yourself. Say yes to a project that makes you really nervous, okay? My wife would tell you, I'm the king of saying yes to just about everything, probably to a few too many things sometimes. But I just say yes and dive in. I've never been afraid to fail. I think I was when I was younger. Never been afraid to fail. Again, whatever pace works for you. And if you need to throw that rock to the side, go here. It's just fine. You see what I did? I acted like I was demoing how to do with that rock. It's because I'm a little tired with my rock right now. So be a rookie. Challenge yourself. Be a rookie. Say yes at least once a day. Okay, I want you to also be the type of person that people gravitate towards. And I mean platform A type people. Platform A type people gravitate towards you because of your approach. Let's say you walk into a meeting, they're like, man, I always love Yancy's energy, or Susie's energy, or Bob's energy. I love their attitude, Things are kind of crazy right now, but they shoot you straight, they're honest, they're authentic, they're genuine, but they bring good energy. It's a good vibe. So be the type of person that people gravitate towards. Okay, accountability partners and mentors. Extremely important to have people in your life. Functional break here. Mental conditioning break. I call this a chin-up break. Let their heart rate come down. Let those muscles shake them out. Accountability partners and mentors. People that they're always here with you. You're thinking about them. Penny Allen is one of mine. My dad is one of mine. People that, when you're getting ready to do something, you're like, ooh, what would so-and-so say about how I'm getting ready to do something? Or what I'm getting ready to say? Would they be like those good platform A accountability partners and mentors? Would they say, Yancy, that's how you should do it, yes? Or would they say, no, you need to deviate from that approach and change your approach? Good accountability partners and mentors will hold you accountable. Okay, halos. So, I want you to have accountability partners and mentors in your life, and I want you to do things that always supports them, and you're always looking for your next one. Sometimes it's people you've never met, motivating people on YouTube. You've got to have those people in your life. Okay, halos. The shoulders are nice and warm now, but I still want you to take it easy on this one at first, because many of you have never done this one. Okay, we're going 3 each direction from the side, and this will look different with a bunch of different tools. I just want you to keep going. With my dead ball, okay? Do a couple more so you can really see. That's with my dead ball. Again, you're switching every 3 with my kettlebell. We're gonna hold it right here. Goblet hold. Halos. This is not an exercise you would want to start out with. We're really working on your external rotation, your shoulder mobility. Ooh, the Polaris just got me. Okay, here we go with our halos. With our ram, you get a little more aggressive. But again, if you're building your own workouts, you want to start with those functional, low-level movement patterns that we started out with. You don't want to dive right into something dynamic like this. My shoulders are nice and warm. From those overhead presses, I was getting way back there. Okay, but halos, you may be a little tight. You may just be right in here for right now. I'm okay with that. Okay, but eventually you're going to be able to increase that range of motion with your halos. All right, I'll make sure this workout gets posted. We just rolled down through. I'm not done yet. Don't worry. We're going to close out with some more weighted burpees. Again, 3 each side and switch. But I'll make sure the full workout gets posted. And you can turn this into whatever you want. You can do a certain number of reps for each movement. I'm gonna give you a little coaching cues right here. All of us have a little bit of coach in us. It's great to have a formal fitness coach so we can turn our brain off and just say, yes, I'm gonna do what Coach Yancy tells me to do, or whoever your coach is. But as long as you use a little bit of science, it's base level science, don't get crazy with it. Get a good warm up in. This workout right here, you can turn it into 50 different workouts. You can do Tabata. Roll down through each exercise 20 seconds, rest 10 seconds. You can do 40-20. You can scale that down, do 30-30, so you get a 30-second break every time. You can do 10 reps of each one, 20 reps of each one. So many different ways you can vary how heavy the weight is. All right, you're not gonna be able to move quite as fast for as long. You can go lighter weight, be a little more explosive. You can also be explosive with the heavy weights, you're just gonna have to do less weights. I could go on for an hour about how to take this workout and turn it into 50 other workouts. Be creative. As a fitness coach, my number one rule, 1, 51% up, mental conditioning. Number 2, you gotta be creative. We're gonna do single leg RDLs now. I'm gonna do them with weight. You gotta be creative. You are an artist as a coach. A little bit of bend in my right knee here. You have to be an artist as a coach. I try to never be a copy and paste coach, as I like to call it. It'd be real simple. My online OCR workouts at yancycamp.com, just a copy and paste year over year. Woo. Again, this is great. We're working the balance and coordination. Getting into that hamstring, and just hinging back with the hip. So we here, we hinge back. That's all we're doing, just a hinge. So we're here, staying tall, hinge back. If you're pushing a door, a chest drawer closed with your butt, hinge back. Kind of like a kettlebell swing. You close the door. Close the drawer, I should say. Close the drawer. All right. Wait, keep this going for a while. Bring down the heart rate just a little bit. Oh, we're gonna crank it back up because we're gonna finish with some weighted burpees. Arguably one of the greatest full body exercises in the world. The burpee's great, but the grip, the back, the bicep, and the shoulders get left out. Not a lot of strength training there when you're not doing weighted burpees. So we're gonna do some weighted burpees to finish out here. Okay, I want you to live a huge life of service. That's one of Yancy's last challenges. I want you to develop a pause button. This is how we're gonna kind of close this up. If you develop a pause button, everything we talked about, when it comes time for you to move on something, you're gonna pause and say, how should I do this right now? How should I say it right now? The pause button, when we get in that yellow zone and red zone, say, wait a second here, is this really something I need to lose my freaking head over? Usually, no. So I want you to develop a pause button. Okay, we're gonna finish with some weighted burpees. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Much, much love from Yancy's backyard. Again, remember, live, love, laugh, and serve big. Highlight, bold, big bold, serve today. Okay, folks, let's finish up with some weighted burpees. Good. Those hips are warm up. Good functional squat like we talked about. Bam, pop it back. Pop it back up. If you need to, step it back up. If you do step it back up, remember, we're gonna alternate legs each time. I love y'all. It's a great day to be alive, everybody. It's a great day to be alive. We'll get through this. I promise you. We will get through this. You gotta do everything you can do today to light up the planet, my friends. Please comment below. Please provide questions. I will do my absolute best to get them all answered. Again, thank you so much. I'm sweating. The nose faucet is on. Seriously, I love you big. I'll do anything I can to help you. Reach out. Use these phones of ours to reach out and serve big today. Remember, one of my big challenges, the moment we're done here, you're gonna stop, put the phone down, you're gonna go love on those few people that you're quarantined with. I hope you have at least one person that's quarantined with. Those people in your house, that's all you can hug right now for a lot of us. Hug them tight. Do everything you can to support them and lift them up. I love y'all. Be good. Thank you.